Welcome to Art with Miss Allen, with me, Miss Allen. On this channel we will be drawing and coloring, cutting and gluing, painting, and doing a lot of other fun art activities that we can make together at home. I cannot wait to make art with you. Hey guys, it's Miss Allen. I thought today that we could do a cutting and folding project and we could make ourselves some pretty cool paper snowflakes. Now your snowflake is going to look different from mine probably, but that's okay. That's all in the fun of snowflakes. When you make snowflakes, they can be completely different, and they're right because all snowflakes are unique and different from the other ones. So let's get started. For this project, all you're going to need is some paper and some scissors. I might use a pencil as well. And if you're using scissors, these are big kid scissors obviously, but if you're using scissors, you need to check with your parents or a grown-up, someone there to make sure it's okay before you start just cutting random things. So go ask before you do this, and then we can get started. So the first thing I have to do is I have to make this paper into a square. So to make that, I'm going to get the corner and I'm going to come down to the opposite side, and right now I'm just trying to make sure that the edge of that paper is lining up with the opposite edge. You want it to be kind of straight, but when you do that, you'll have a triangle on one side and this longer piece here. This piece I don't need, so I'm going to very carefully use my scissors to cut that piece out. Okay, so now that we have our triangle, we can do the folding part. So the first part's easy. You're just going to fold it over. To make another triangle, just like that. Now I'm going to open that up, and there's a crease, and you can see the crease right here running down the middle. We're going to make a 6-pointed snowflake, which is a little trickier than a regular snowflake, but it'll look really pretty. So I'm going to take this piece, and this is a little origami here. You're going to make this corner that I'm picking up go over top of this fold to the opposite side and kind of point out. So if I pick that up, folds here, I want this sticking out of the side going across the fold. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just needs to be, the bottom corner needs to come to that middle fold. So once you have that, you're going to flip it over. And you're going to do the same thing with this side. There's a fold on the back too. And so you'll come across. And if it's a little wonky, it's okay. It'll still come out really cool. But once you have that, the paper that we had first, that crease there, wants to fold in this way. You're going to fold this together. And forgive me, I know my camera's not working well today. Fold it together, and that's a hard fold. You might need some help with that one, but I'm going to fold it together so it makes like a little arrow. This big part of the fold, not the side that opens up, but the opposite side, that's just the fold, that's the branches or the arms of our snowflake, so we don't want to cut that side. So I'm going to leave this side alone. Now, this side alone, this side is where all of my shapes are going to cut out. So I'm going to use my pencil here to really cut my shapes. So make sure you have a pencil. So where the paper comes down is where I'm going to stop with my shapes. And remember, I'm leaving that big fold alone. I'm going on the side that opens up, but I'm going to start making some shapes. You can really make any shapes you want. Triangles are probably the easiest shapes to do here, just because they are easier to cut because it's just 2 cuts instead of 2 and over. But you can make whatever shapes you want as long as you are working on that bottom. And you can even cut off that very tip down here. That can go. But just remember, leave the big fold alone. And I might even make this one come out just a little further, just so I can get a little more shape. So I drew my shapes on the side that's open and up, and I'm going to use my scissors. Now this cutting part is also kind of tricky, so if you need help cutting these shapes, go ask someone. There's no problem with having to ask for help. If you mess this up, and let's say we accidentally cut on the wrong side and we opened up our snowflake and we got 2 halves, it's not a big deal. You can always start over, or you can otherwise you have 2 snowflakes probably instead of 1, and you just have a more unique snowflake. Every snowflake is completely different from the other ones. So if your snowflake is a little different, it's not a big deal. But if you don't like it, you can always start over and try again. So I'm just using my scissors to cut over top of those pencil lines. Ooh, that shot it out in front of my computer. So now I've cut that out. So now that I've got these cut out, we can open it up. So I'm gonna start opening my snowflake very carefully. And ta-da! Now that looks pretty cool. If I wanted to, it looks like I could have cut these top corners, so I could fold it back because it'll fall right back into place. And if I wanted to, I could kind of do something fun with these corners, and I might go ahead and do that. I might just trim them. Let's see what happens if I just trim the top corners apart. Let's open it again and see what it did. Yeah, so it just made those corners a little bit rounded, which I like. I think it looks nice. But I hope you guys had fun, and I can't wait to see some really cool snowflakes. But I'll talk to you later. Bye.